Hello, welcome to Soulprint Intuitive Tarot. I'm delighted you found me. I welcome all viewers and all my subscribers. I'm delighted that you have found me and you find something interesting, entertaining, or of value in my readings. Very, very grateful. So the last reading I did on Mcghan was actually going to be the last reading I did today. And then somebody asked me, wonder how Don Mcghan's feeling. You know, Trump threw him under the bus big time, accused him of a felony. Wonder how he's feeling about his life choices at this point. So I thought that was well worth taking a quick little look-see. So let's shuffle these cards up a bit and focus in on Don Mcghan and see what Spirit is prepared to share with us about how he's at right now. Interesting tidbit, by the way. I looked him up because I wanted to see when his birthday was, so I could just get that in focus. It's his birthday today. Don Mcghan is celebrating a birthday today, so happy birthday. I think a lot of people are sending him a lot of energy and good wishes in terms of hoping that he sees his way clear to do that which will serve the American people in the highest degree, as opposed to that which will serve either the Republican Party or Trump. So, let's take this down, give it one or two more shuffles, and then we'll see what we see. Okay, so Don Mcghan. So, Don Mcghan, I have a question. Mcghan, any regrets? Mcghan, Mcghan, Mcghan. Okay, so right now, as he celebrates his birthday today, he's taking stock. He's sort of taking inventory. He's trying to figure out the best way to move, the best way to accomplish what he wants. He's very mindful of the fact that he actually has some reputation recovery to do. And it's not really because of anything he did wrong. I qualify that by saying he did wrong until the point where he ignored a subpoena and, is now in contempt of Congress. Up until then, even though he functioned, I think, to some degree more as Trump's personal lawyer than the lawyer of the people, he really tried very hard to stay on the right path, the correct path. So right now it appears that he's in a period of assessment. He's trying to figure out how to go, what needs to be shifted and adjusted. I noticed the other day after Trump threw him under the bus, one of the people close to him made a statement that if people actually, or something to the effect, I'm paraphrasing, if people actually believed what Trump said about Mcghan, then I believe the phrase was they must also believe in rainbows and unicorns or something like that. So in his own way, he's pushing back. It's just going to be a matter of how hard he pushes back. And I'm going to say, fairly hard. He has fought a good fight, but you know what? He is still in the position of he's upright. He may be wounded. He may be bloodied a little bit, but he is upright and he is defending himself. And that's sort of where his priority goes. He was really aware of stuff going on in the White House that was just so either over the line of ethical behavior, excuse me, or really skating really close to the edge. He knows more, I think, than even he said. in his testimony to Mueller, the feeling I'm getting is that if he was asked a direct question, he gave a full and direct answer to the best of his ability. If, however, they didn't phrase the question, if they phrased the question in a way that would have invited additional information but wasn't actually part of the question, he would have withheld that a little bit, you know, kind of the truth, but maybe not so much the whole truth. I'm not disparaging it at all. I'm just saying that even in those interviews with Mueller, there was a sense that he was still trying to protect Trump, and he was still trying to protect the Republican Party. So, regrets? I'm going to say he has a few. He has a few, all right. On the one hand, it was a great honor for him to serve. He thinks the title of White House attorney, whatever his official title is going to look really good on a resume. And, you know, it may in some circles, for sure. Republican circles are going to take that, you know, as a really positive thing. He's really wanting to move away from this situation, though. He wants to get back into smoother waters. He's tired of the chaos. He's tired of the criticism, and he's tired of the attacks. He's ready to walk away and leave the situation, and he is going to do what the government expects and demands of him. It might take a little bit of time yet, but he is, when there is a court order saying you need to do this, he will testify. And in many ways, his strategy is not unlike, you know, some of those banks that said, we have this information and we would like to give it to you, but we need you to subpoena it. And in some ways, Mcghan did the exact same thing. It's like, yeah, I can talk to you, but you need to make it so that I have no wiggle room, so that, you know, we minimize Trump's hysteria about me coming in to testify. He knows a lot about quid pro quos. He knows a lot about you do this, I'll do that. And he came to recognize that Trump was considerably more shallow than he thought he was. And as a result, Mcghan had to be even that much more aware and on top of his game. Trump very much viewed him as his personal lawyer. He told him things he probably should not have. But again, in many ways, Trump doesn't have a filter, right? He just, if you smile at him and he just thinks you love him and adore him and you'll do whatever he wants and says. So he gave Don way more than he should have in terms of information and insight, and was not smart enough to recognize that Don Mcghan was the kind of person who was going to be taking notes. He's going to be keeping track of things. He's gonna come out of it okay. When it's all said and done, Trump's going to just attack him the way he went after everybody else who at one point was in his good graces and is now not. But he'll recover from it. He'll come through this. And in some ways, when he actually ends up giving his testimony, not only is he going to feel better, but it's going to help repair the damage of the damage to his relationship that his association with Trump has created. I think in some cases, you know, these people who are just really staunch Republicans, and Kellyanne Conway, she's another one that sort of comes to mind in this category, you know, really sort of faithful to the party line, really faithful to the ideas, policies, beliefs of the Republican Party. That's fine and wonderful. You can absolutely do that. No one says you can't. But even they are starting to recognize that simply put, the Republican Party is losing its support. So yeah, you know what? They may have really good numbers and approval numbers when they just question Republicans and you say, you know, whatever the question is, yeah, Republicans are totally on track. But the percentage of Republicans in America, in the country, in this moment in time, is shrinking and shrinking and shrinking. So, if you have 10 million people who think you're not doing a good job and who aren't impressed with what they see, and you have 2 million people who think you're amazing, who carries more weight, right? So at this point, being a Republican is kind of like, it's not going to end well. I believe that the damage that is being done to the Republican Party may actually take the Republicans up to 2 generations to recover from, because certainly the millennials, the indigos, that new generation of young people that are coming up and slowly but surely getting involved in business, getting involved in politics, they are not, 3 years, 4 years, 8 years from now, just going to switch parties. They sort of almost came to the earth with certain things baked in. And some of those things were, respect for human life and everybody being equal and everybody being treated well. There's a lot of sort of very high moral values that that younger generation sort of came to the planet with. And they're going to be the ones that guide things, either by sheer volume, by getting involved in certain positions where they have a lot of clout, but they're going to really help guide not only the United States, but in many ways the world, the planet, into a new, healthier, more hopeful direction. What we're trying to achieve here is that there is always more light than there is dark. There is always more positive than there is negative. And so, in conclusion, I think Buddy there has a few regrets. I think he's going to come through and do the right thing. It really feels as if he's just waiting for the courts to say, you have to do this. And then he can say, thank God, okay, let me go give my testimony and close this chapter of my life because, frankly, it's exhausting me. So, happy birthday, Don Mcghan. Enjoy the day. To everybody else, I'm so grateful you have found me, and like and subscribe. Your comments are brilliant, and I love every one of them. I take care, be well, and I will see you in the next day or two. Bye-bye now.